These things are sus. Vara. We've entered the realm of stupidity. Not just in price, but in performance. It's one of those weird things where it's like, Zeo, so you're reviewing a $6,000 headphone? Note the gemstones in the title. Title's down. Notice the gemstones in the title. Yes, I am. And it's taken me forever. I actually heard these 2 years ago. 3 years ago? 5 years? 2 years ago. Capitol Audio Festival and brought them, and they brought the benchmark speaker amp to power them. Like they literally brought their headphone, then they brought the 12, 15 pound amp to power them. And I gotta say, these are great. These are probably the best headphone. All right, there you go. I'm done. We're done because they don't sound like a normal headphone. They do some weird shit, and I can't define it for you right now. But we'll try. We'll get into it. I just want to thank my sponsor for today's video. One of the last individualized sponsorships I think I'll be doing. Of Linsol, who has provided many things to this channel in the past, including the Oon X8 Magic DAC, which is currently feeding the Stark Crimson monos so that I could power these $6,000 borrowed headphones from a user who's been borrowed with a $1,900 pair of extremely powerful amplifiers through the Oon X8 Magic DAC. So thank you, Linsol, for sponsoring these videos. From now on, there'll be sponsorships done in the universal link. So if you want to see who's sponsoring this video, you'll never know who it is. Click the link in the description. It could be someone great. It could be someone great. Holy shit, these are $6,000. Actually, no. On Audio 46, they're $5,999 even. And on APOS, they're $6,000 even. I prefer the 6,000 thing. Fuck nines. I don't like nines. It's too many nines. Where do I begin? Okay, we're going to start with the box. It's very leather. It's very metal. It has things. I'm going to quickly go over. The user has changed. He changed two things on this. He took the cloth, like the weird cloth head strap thing off, and replaced it with a nicer one. I think, or replace it with this one. Either way, doesn't matter. This comes with a hardcover book, and it's not like something you can read to your kids. It's very, actually, what's under the cover? Hold on, let me see if it actually has. It says Susvara Owner's Guide. Oh, how nice. You're gonna find this next to the Sports Almanac from Back to the Future. Ooh, there's pictures of buildings, and there's, limited warranty words. There's the dude. Everyone knows the dude, right? You know the dude, here's the dude. And, you know, it's very nice. It's very nice that they're giving you, like, a pretty catalog. Got the same thing with the Meze 109s. That was only $800, but it wasn't a hardcover. The reason I'm coming to this box, I want to show you how far the rabbit hole goes. So there is the stock cable. You'll notice I'm using a Periapt cable. Thank you to Periapt, who could also be sponsoring this video. They sponsor videos all the time. This is shit. This is a $6,000 headphone with a pile of shit cable, and it's just, there's two of them. One's balanced and one's unbalanced, and it's like, I don't even have to like tell you, right? You could see it. Like it's a tube. It's like a plastic tube, like a medical tube, and they ran the wires in it. It's bad. It's bad. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't want it. I'm never gonna get this box closed, am I? All right, it's fine. Close enough. We need to move on to the actual. Lots of shit happening here, and I was just listening to the Squad Realistic War Sounds. By the way, Susvara Mommy is what these are. These sort of, I can't, everything I say is going to sound like bullshit. There's just disclaimer at the beginning of this video. Everything I say is going to sound like hyper bullshit. And it's kind of is, because you listen to these on a proper amp, which in this case, I've managed to find the Solaris powers them. I have that on with a tube, and it's kind of like sketch because tube and planar don't mix, but that's an 8 watt per channel tube. LA90 on high gain powers them. I can actually get the Oon X1S GT, and now available on linsol.com. Check out the Linsol link. Thank you for sponsoring this video in the description. To push them at like, there's the maximum, and that's where it's happiest. Any more than that, and I feel like there's going to be distortion. What I've got here are the Stark Crimsons, which are 150 watt per channel monoblocks, and I've got them upscaled to run with a higher sensitivity, and those are being fed with the Oon X8 Magic DAC, which is on 50% pushing out to this cable I made. It works fine, but oh my God, that's a lot of power. And then randomly, and I don't know why I did this, I tried over here, the Singzer will kind of do something at near maximum. And then I saw the Erish in the background, the little Geshelli Labs Erish, which is labeled 20 Erish 001, which means it's probably from 2020, and it's probably the first unit. And I put on high gain, and it's being DAC'd by this Lox GD50 down here, which is just a DAC that's like, it's a nice DAC. It's a nice enough DAC. And I put it on, and I hit play, and Squad Realistic War Sounds comes on, and it's just gunshots, and you know, if I don't want to play a game, I don't want to know how a headphone handles gaming. But by the way, it's still a Hifiman, boys and girls. Those squeaks, those are not in the audio. I don't even know what to spray on this. How do you make, like, graphite? I have lubes. I've got tons of lube. What lube does it want? It also goes full 360 if you really wanted it to, which is, I guess, fine. I guess we should talk about the build. It looks like no other Hifiman. It's a slightly ear shaped. It's a little drip down here, which is reflected in the pads, which makes making pad swapping fucking annoying. We'll talk about the Tacony pads. The headband is relatively standard fucking Hifiman. Like, this is probably nicer, or the one that came with is probably nicer, although the owner was like, nah, I changed that shit out because it was bad. But that, $6,000. The pads also are basically the same pads that are on the fucking Sundaras. Over there. There's Sundaras. $300, and they're on sale now. $6,000. I will say, though, the owner shipped them to me with these Tacony Elite sheepskins, and I had these on there, and I thought they were very impressive headphones. And then only recently, in the last couple days, or hours, minutes, did I swap it back to the OG pads, which are not nice pads by any stretch of the words, and that's where the sound is. So if you're gonna buy a Tacony pad to try to swap out on your $6,000 headphone, buy fucking all of them, because guess what? The sheepskins just take a little bit away. A little bit of the magic disappears. So now that we're back with the magic on the original pads, with a wire that isn't a huge pile of dog shit. These are, by the way, 2.5 millimeter. In case if you're me and you have like a million 3.5 millimeter adapted wires, you're golden. But then you realize you have to go dig through the archives to find a fucking nice 2.5 to put on this. They do have an interesting, here's the thing. When you put on a headphone, usually, no matter if it's open or closed, you can sort of hear that the headphone's on and it blocks sound. This blocks probably 2% of the ambient sound, which is kind of strange. Like, you put it on and you don't feel like there's anything on. You know, they're really comfortable, actually. They clamp just right. As long as they're not moving, they're not squeaking. They're not super heavy. And I hear everything that's happening. And it's the fact that I hear everything that's happening, and then you hit play, and then there's gunshots and firing, and oh my God, who's playing music in my house? Get the fuck out of my house! These are spooky headphones. Spooky, because like the thing is, I know how headphones work. I know how sound works. I know how it's supposed to work. And yet somehow, and we'll swap between amps since it's so fucking long to set this up. And yet somehow, I don't understand how these work. Not a fucking clue. Because it should just be another big planar, and it's not. It's as if you took like the technology of like 2050 headphones, like the year 2050, and you brought them back in time and put them on my head, and we're like, here's what sound is like. And I'm like, oh God. I'm still just listening to the realistic war sounds. I could go, you want to go real lame, I've got the Star Trek Next Generation bridge loop noise here. So you hear that, like, you obviously heard that just now, and you hear like the low rumble in the background. I've played this on an entire flight. It's an hour long. Go find it on YouTube. Star Trek TNG bridge noise loop 1 hour. Just there's like a low rumble from the sound of being on the Starship Enterprise, one before it was garbage. And opening this up and holding it just close to my head, to the camera, because I won't get copyright for this. I can feel the air between the drivers resonating in my hands. It's like I'm bringing something, and it's not super loud. Like if I turn to, this is moving the sort of air that I would expect to move on a big old planar if I took it to louder than it's capable of doing, and it's just fucking freaking out like this. It's the difference between running a speaker that's got a small driver and the fucking Klipsch Fortes. Like, oh, I've got a 5 1/4 driver and my horn. And you go up to the Klipsch Fortes and I've got a fucking 12-inch driver and 2 horns. It's like, there's a huge presentation difference. Because it's moving, that can be as loud as the Fortes. Obviously, get a decibel meter, you could measure it. But that has to move that driver like this super hard to make the same amount of air that 12-inch will just do like this. And despite the fact that this is not exactly this feels like a planar driver that's twice as big as every other headphone. Twice. Does that mean it's twice as light? Twice as fast? There's 2 of something in here. And you could see like, it goes edge to edge planar, and it's Hifiman, which, you know, I'm not used to Hifiman being the best of the best. They make good stuff. Anandas are good. Then you got the new Aria stealth magnets are good. They're all good, really good. This isn't even the same fucking category as any of their other stuff. This is HE1 Sennheiser $50,000 sort of, like, we're getting there. This is getting to that, like, impossible sound. If you've heard the HE1s, they like to do demonstration shows of things. It's like, wow, how do they make that happen? Wow, how do they make this happen? How do they make this happen in a planar? If it was an electrostatic, I could be like, all right, it's a technology that only has like 15 examples of electrostatic headphones I've ever heard in my entire life. So having one be a great leap is, you know, okay, it's special. This is just a planar headphone. A very, 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 very power-hungry planar headphone, and quite expensive, but still, the technology isn't like some wacky shit with the like half planar, half electrostat with a dynamic behind it, which, by the way, that sounds like an amazing thing. Somebody make that and credit me. There's some wood here that's like, all right, cool. So that's wood. And everything else could just be like $200 Hifiman. Everything I've played on it, redefines. Yeah, it's, all right, so here's, I'm going to try to describe it again. This is just going to be just, I told you this is going to be loaded with bullshit. This is just bullshit. This is bullshit to fucking review. When you listen to a headphone, it's always like, all right, how is it presenting the sound? So here's the driver, and then I'm hearing sounds inside, I'm hearing sounds outside. It's wide sound stage, it's imaging. This feels like I'm wearing 5 headphones at the same time, occupying the same space via some weird fucking Rick Sanchez portal magic, and they're all playing different things in different places and inside you. That's it. That's the best I could give you. You power them properly, which I'm gonna swap to the more. See, this is Obtainium. You can buy this. This is Obtainium. You can buy this. Still great. This is less Obtainium.
You know you fucked up, right?
His voice is like, there's no way his screaming at me from, what is this? This is Atmosphere, The Loser Wins. There's no way that came out of just a driver, because I'm hearing it like behind my eye and up and yelling down. I hear like directionality in a voice. Like I can feel his breathing on the back of my eyeball. And I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do that using just, okay, 2 drivers that are completely flat on the side of your ears. It's not like I got some crazy DSP shit going. On this, actually, I do have something going on that's not normal. Hi, I'm Zeos. Welcome to Z Reviews. I'm using mono DACs, an AKM DAC, and a Saber DAC that I was yelling about in a video previous to this. And I'm using, I think this is the left channel and this is the right channel, into this. Just because, fuck you. If that's what this does, then we're good. But let's go back to a normal, quote unquote, and more normal. Nope, still stupid. It's still stupid. How about something we could all afford? How about something there? It layers things. It's like someone took a book with like 12 pages on it, and they separated the pages by like a 1/4 inch, so they stacked them like that high, and all those pages had music on it, and then it somehow placed it through your brain, just through your entire head. I know Koji, Convince Me Audio, he's been trying to re-review these for months, 18 months or something. He's like, I can't get the words. And you can't get the words. It's one of those things, once you've experienced it, you're going to be like, oh, fuck, they can do that? I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know they could do that. I heard them 2 years ago, and I knew immediately in a hotel room near DC that it was like, all right, these are the best headphones. They're just different enough. They present sound in a different enough way that they're probably worth $6,000. And the owner of these is selling them. That's another thing. So I'm like, look, if you want to sell them in my yard sale, I'll throw them up for you and you'll get bids. I don't need them. I don't need them. That's the thing. I know they're basically as good as you can get a headphone right now. Right now. As good as you can get a headphone. The only headphone that has even a inkling of being able to compete with this at some point in the future, and it won't be better than this, is the new Mod House planar, which it's not out yet. That's from the base up built headphone, not a mod of Fostex. That thing's great, but I don't know if it's going to beat this yet. We'll see how the final revision comes out. Go, Ryan, go. These fuck. These fuck is what these do. There's no reason for anything to sound this good. They're like energy. They're like pure musical energy. And they leak sound perfectly because I'm probably going to get a fucking copyright. I didn't think about how loud I was playing them and how much because I want to play music, and usually with a headphone you can play it and the GoPro doesn't pick it up that well. But these are just sound emitters in all directions. I guess I'm going to go. It's fun. Do I go with the Stark Rimson Mono on the own X8 Magic DAC with the changed op amp? Or do I go with the topping LA90 on 2 SMSL amps that have completely different architectures inside of them for fucking shits and giggles? I don't know. Pick one. Or the X1 SGT. Or actually, we haven't brought it over here yet. Here you go. Fucking Solaris. It works. The bass is just... Everything's fast. I don't know. That's the best way to describe it. It's fast. Everything's fast. Every sound is happening fast. It's coming in. It's punching in the deck. It's leaving. Every sound's coming in hard. Even at low volumes, it comes in at 11, punches you in the dick, and leaves. It's one of those headphones. And yet, if I put on like Little Witch Academia, and you put it on a tube, which softens it just a little bit, and you lower the volume, it's like, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It does beautiful things. I didn't think it'd be Hifiman. I didn't think this speech would be given with Hifiman. ZMF doing crazy shit. I know they got that new planar coming that came out. Focal has always had hundreds of thousands of dollars in audio equipment. My cat's just horny, I think. Name a company. Sennheiser. Sennheiser. I mean, they got the HE1s. If Sennheiser came up with a $6,000 electrostat, Drake, I'm working here. Bye. Barp. I don't know. That wallpaper was the only wallpaper. It was like that wallpaper. I was gonna do the Marin wallpaper. I was like, no. This is more important than that. Once you put these stock pads back on it, and you get the sound you don't expect, the kind of shit that's like, oh, but I bought really good headphones. I bought like $2,000 headphones. Why aren't my $2,000 headphones this good? I don't know. I don't think it's a price thing. I don't know if it's a price. I mean, obviously you can't attain them without $6,000, but I wonder how much these actually cost to manufacture for Hifiman. I wonder if they're taking a loss on them. Like, it's that sort of good. It's like, they're $6,000. They're probably taking a loss. They're obviously not. This is some cheap fucking cheap fucking Susvara, Hifiman, just garbage bullshit around the outside. But the sound, my word. It cost me 2.5 hours rearranging my desk and testing things and putting the pads, but 2.5 hours just to make sure that I could be like, look, everybody, you can power them. It's not like if I'm recommending $6,000 headphone and you buy them, I kind of imagine you're not like, well, I spent all my money on the headphones, I better spend $200 on the amp because that's all. You're probably going to go nuts and buy an amp worth just as much. People have claimed, much higher end amplifiers for these, like insanely high end. What the hell happened to the wire? Dance, my pretties. Yeah. These are just. I don't think I found, and that's another thing. It's like I don't think I found a genre they don't like. The treble could kill you, but only if the treble is there to kill you. Gustav Holt, the women's voices of the Monteverdi Choir. I believe this is from an episode of Mr. Robot. Maxed out. Oh, let's switch this out now. Yeah, let's go here. I'm done with you. Sleep. Oh my God, there's so much to give. All right. It's like playing glass. It's like playing fucking fine crystal. I don't know what else to tell you. What would you do? You didn't even mention soundstage or imaging or bass response. Because whatever this is doing doesn't heed the same fucking technical details as other headphones. Other headphones, I'm like, yes, the bass is good. And the bass happens and you're just like, it's not how much of the bass, it's how it happens. It's where it happens. It's not even in the same plane of existence as other headphones. And that's fucked up. I kind of been putting it off. These have been sitting on that table there for like a month and a half. And the owner's probably just like doing this. Yes, praise them so I can sell them in the yard sale. And I'm just like, this is it. This is the praise I'm giving them. I don't need to spend $5,000 on a headphone. I'm assuming if they're used, you get them for less than $6,000. But it's like, I'm going to think about these. That's the highest praise I can give about a headphone is I've been thinking about them for 2 years. And when someone finally said, hey, I'll loan you my set, I stopped thinking about them and I started ignoring them. Because it was like, it's that pussy you're never going to get again. It's just like, do you want it? Do you want to really set your bar so high that everything else in the world sucks? Like if I told you you're about to eat this bowl of mac and cheese, it's the greatest bowl of mac and cheese. We're going from cats to mac and cheese. Once you have this mac and cheese, no other mac and cheese will satisfy you. Here. Do you bite that mac and cheese? I want to know in the comments. Actually, what would you do it? And what food product would it be of yours? Would you do the best of something? The best of something, but you know that you're going to be like, the rest of your day is just like, fuck, it's not as good. Fuck, this mac and cheese isn't as good. This fucking salami sandwich isn't as good. It's not as good than that one. The fairy came down from heaven, the angel, the archangel, the fucking fallen angel came down and handed you, the greatest Italian sub sandwich on earth. And you took 3 bites of it and they took it away and they flew off into the sky. And you're like, that's where depression comes from. Not having that sandwich anymore. And these are kind of like, if they visit you and they leave, it's a little depressing. At least when I was at, Capital Audio Fest, I was in a room, there was 12 people, we were all listening to it. All right, I'm taking my assessments, but they weren't here. I didn't have my playlist. I didn't get to play with all the amps and DACs and plug them into shit. And like just go over thing after thing after, wait, where's my volume? I should have probably thought about way before I hit the next track button. Book of Mormon. Yeah, they like the echo in this song, I Am Africa from Book of Mormon. Nothing happens in the drivers. The drivers don't exist. Everything happens in your head or far the fuck away or above you or below you. It's never, the origin of sound is never the driver on almost any amplifier. Oh, I tried to run it on the TA26, by the way, which is a standard tube amp, which they don't like. And it went, like just complete static. Immediate and complete static. If you want to hear a sound demo of these, you have to join my Patreon or Subscribe Star. For $5 a month, in fact, that's going... This is an MP3 of the greatest hits of opera, and that's going to go into the new test for sound demos. Because since the sound demos are now privatized on a Telegram channel, I can play anything the fuck I feel like. So, like Power God Rachel or Alan Silvestri's Marvin Bebop from Back to the Future. Yeah, no, these are the best headphones. It sucks. It sucks. This sucks. This is why I try to avoid. This is why I put off fucking doing like the mess. At least I was able to like handle the mess in my brain. By the way, if you want to see me review the Unique Melody Mest, check out In Ear Fetish, which is my other channel. I started a dedicated IEM channel to get rid of all the fucking IEMs without clogging this main channel. Yeah, these things... If you have a source that can work with them, because not every source is going to work with them. I don't know how the fuck the Irish is doing. I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing it. But yeah, if you're willing to put in the time to work 40 hours a week at minimum wage, because you have to get a second job, and then like on the side, and I guess work for a few months, and get the $6,000, and make sure you don't write it off. Make sure you do something to write this off in your taxes, like gift it to a spouse or something. If you're not married, get married so that you have a spouse to gift this to the spouse. Then obviously don't actually give it to them. I got to stop, and I just keep turning this up. Oh fuck, these headphones suck. These headphones suck ass. I hate them. I certainly hate the wire. I certainly hate the fucking wee 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 wee. There's actually, you might be able to grease down there. I'm done. Wallpaper in the Horde. Patreon and Subscribe Star. Please support me so that I could not get a day job and to afford my Susvara. Fuck. If there's a Susvara 2, I'm buying it. Susvara 1, it's been out a couple years. I want to know what they could do with a Susvara 2, which they won't call a Susvara 2. They'll call it Susvara 2023, just like they do everything else. And you know what? I bet you the fucking wires would suck and the build would suck. And the pads are just boring. But the pads work. I wish that these sheepskins, which are so much nicer, would have kept the original sound, but they don't. So yeah, Wallpaper in the Horde. Links to this on several websites because it's not been sent to me by anyone in particular. So anywhere I could find this, go. There'll be an affiliate link on all of them. So if you buy one, maybe I'll get a percentage. And if enough people buy them, well, if like 40 people buy them from this video, I might be able to afford a set. Go, Team Z Reviews. Thank you to my sponsor, Linsol, who does not sell this as far. I was checking. They don't. But they sell that Own. And they sell this Own. I think they sell this Own. So thanks to them and Own for participating in this fucking madness. $5 a month lets you see reviews early, participate in the yard sales, which is where I sell gear internationally for half shipping or domestically into Canada for free shipping. 1st to the 10th of every month. You get to hear the sound demos once you're a patron. Once you're a $5 patron, you get into the Telegram channel that has the sound demos. A lot of them aren't uploaded yet. I still have to film them. Here's the rig, just film them. And I have to figure out how to upload them to Telegram while I can stream in all formats, but I'm getting there. And then $10 a month behind the scenes private Telegram chat where you can ask me any questions like, Zeos, how do you make the best chili? And I'll be like, hold on, I have my recipe. But then also audio questions. And then you get into a lifetime swap meet channel once you're a $10 patron. You get into another place where you can buy, sell, and trade gear for the rest of your life, or the rest of your audio life. God knows, make it short because audio will suck you dry. I'm sure someone's going to clip that. Oh, wait, this is YouTube. You can't clip that. Wait, can you clip my channel? Please don't clip that. Anyway, yeah, Patreon, Subscribe Star, Hi-Fi Guides, where you can go to the I'm sure there's a section just for the Susvara. Feeling sus. I was thinking about doing a what's it called? sus background, but fuck that. Nope. MLeth's art is amazing. We're done. I'm done. You're done. I'll link to some shit. Enjoy the sound demo for those of you who can get in that channel, and I will see you in 2 days for something slightly less both life-changing and depressing. Bye.